Howdy howdy everybody, welcome to the Adequate Rejects. We just got out of the screening for Furious 7, and this is a review for it. So,
It will be spoilers free.
spoilers free, yes.
So, Preston, let's start with you, because you didn't necessarily like Fast 6.
My thing is, I really enjoyed Furious 6 up until the third act.
It's Fast 6.
It's Furious 6.
Is it Furious 6?
It's Furious 6.
My
Furious
bad.
6,
I
yeah.
thought it was... Whatever.
But my whole thing with an action film is that I feel like if you play by a certain level of mechanics, you just stick by those. And having, from the moment that the bad guy, Owen Shaw, starts running over people in his tank, completely diffusing the stealthy nature of his character, you have certain characters who can't fight in other acts completely being able to fight and win over their incapacitators, and you have Vin Diesel walking out fires. I think, okay, you've gotten a little too crazy for me. I know it's Fast and Furious, but Now with 7, on the other hand,
It's balls to the wall.
is balls to the wall, and look, it's the same superheroic proclivities that we've seen over these more recent installments of the franchise. But what I love about this movie and why I think it's one of my favorites of the franchise thus far is because they're able to do all that stuff. They're able to not betray their own rules this time around, but even more so, they're able to genuflect to the vehicular culture of the original film and the heart of the original film, which is all these people, all these characters bonding over their love of cars and the love of each other.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't tell you how many times I lost count with Vin Diesel saying the word family over and over.
If you got anything from this movie, it was family.
It's just, family.
To be fair, what I liked about this movie more so than 6 is that in 6 he says family even more.
No, he
Because
does.
they're not doing as much.
6 is the greatest comedy ever.
That shit.
No, but I love this movie because, like you said, it's balls to the wall from the start to finish.
I saw Furious 6 a couple months ago, and I almost... Well, I did cry from laughing.
You were bawling your eyes out.
I cried from laughing because I thought it was just hilarious. Because as you said, for the first 2/3, it establishes these rules in this world, and then on the third act, it just throws those rules out the window, and it's just people flying from tanks and everything, and jumping across freeways and
8-mile airports.
yeah. But in this one, in the first 30 seconds of the film, it establishes what this movie's gonna be, and never breaks from that. And that's why I loved it, because the whole time it is just this awesomely dumb action movie, and it doesn't try to be anything else other than that.
Right.
And I love it for that.
It's the same shit, but it's done right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the problem with 6, is like they don't do it right because they're not consistent with their rules.
Mm-hmm.
And their characters.
Exactly.
Because, like, with 6, like, for example, Tyrese and Han, they go toe-to-toe with one of the guys from the raid.
Right.
Yeah.
He kicks their ass, of course, because he's from the raid.
Right.
Yeah.
Because raid.
Yeah, because raid.
Go see it again.
and at the end of it, it's like, oh, Tyrese, okay, he can all of a sudden do fisticuffs and he wins, and it's like, it's not his character. With this movie, every character interaction, no matter how stupid or how ridiculous it gets, they all feel like that character.
Yeah, the place is the character. That's why I loved it.
Like the scene where, the ridiculous scene in the trailer where, like, they go from building to building in that car.
That was awesome.
That's something like Brian O'Connor would do. And Vin Diesel's just like,
I'm pretty sure I heard his car go family. Proud family at one point. 'Cause, I mean, Vin Diesel, all he does in this movie,
he's an action figure.
he fights,
He grunts.
he grunts, he says family, and then he tries to seduce Letty by staring at her.
Yeah.
He doesn't really say anything to her, except the same shit, just in a different way.
I'm surprised he didn't like look at her and say, "I'm Superman."
But like, the thing I loved about this movie is like, it felt like such a combination of old Fast and Furious, meaning the first one, and the new Fast and Furious, where it's like
The Justin Lin ones.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's this nice blend of coexisting.
Yes.
And that's why it's so wonderful, because you can have those wonderful moments with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who is just...
one of the best characters. in the
He's
franchise.
heavenly. He's one of the best characters of recent, because every scene he's in, it's memorable.
Yeah.
Like I can tell you off the top of my head, almost
That
every
son bitch.
exactly that son bitch. Like he's playing his WWE character just with some Southern flavor.
With the gridiron
Just-
gang.
yeah, just throwing in the gridiron gang. It's gonna be hard for me to go see 8 and 9 because of the way
definitely.
this one ends. It wraps up everything so well, and it's
Since
just,
the
since
Rhino
Paul
car-
Walker unfortunately is passed, I really don't see the point in continuing because one of the main staples of that franchise is the brotherhood between Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, and
Right,
as this crew, and like, I think it's at a point now in the franchise where too many people have just moved on, or it's
Definitely.
just one of those things, and they wrap up everyone's story perfectly at the end of this.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
I was like, we were all kind of sitting there holding back man tears in the last
Because
5
we
minutes.
just had this awesome bro time, and then all of a sudden they get emotional.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, a franchise I've been watching since 2001, like,
Oh, yeah,
this
they're-
staple character is gone, and they make it, they're like, he was part of our family.
Like, there's a Paul Walker retrospective at the end of this movie. Like, if you're our age, like,
Yeah,
it
it's
will hit you
weird.
in your tears. Like, seeing
Yeah.
Yeah, if you grew up on the series, yes, it will hit you.
It's like, because I've called this franchise, it's my guilty pleasure franchise. It's like, they're not bad movies, but they're just fun.
Yeah.
It's like, when I go to see a Fast and Furious movie, I'm not going to go to see the next groundbreaking cinematography of the year. I'm going just to kind of hang out with my friends and watch a fun movie, laugh at The Rock because he's awesome, and just go on with my life. So.
Well, I feel like that's a sentiment shared by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we all know this movie's going to make a crap ton of money.
Oh,
it will.
hands down.
And
But
they will come out with sequels.
I would honestly go see it again, even
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's just that much fun.
Well, that and also, like, with the whole guilty pleasure thing, I feel like what I kind of compare these movies to, and the best way I can describe them, they're kind of like the Roger Moore, James Bonds to me, like the best ones.
They're the best one.
Yeah, I was
There's some terrible ones.
Yeah, no, there are. No,
Well, there's some terrible Fast and Furious movies.
that's what I'm saying. Like when they're at their best, they're at their best. When they're at their worst.
They're shit.
Moonraker.
Moonraker is a masterpiece of cinematic gold.
So anyway, go see Furious 7.
We
Awesome.
give it our highest
Oh, definitely.
recommendation.
It feels like an old 90s action
Yeah.
movie throwback with the 2000s
Yeah.
tint on it. So,
Go get a group of buddies together, go out to eat, go hang out, and then go see the movie, have a good time, come home, and just,
relish.
yuck it up, maybe play some games. Just make it a guy's night when you go see it.
Oh yeah.
Well, thanks for watching our video. Please like, favorite, and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter.
And we have a Facebook page too.
Oh yeah, it's
That-
on Facebook.
It's just The Adequate Rejects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Peace out.
Bye.